Shalom, shalom, shalom. I hope everybody's doing well today. Um, Always strive to be better. When walking with the Most High Yahweh and when walking with Yahushua HaMashiach. Thank you for tuning in with To Be Better. The goal is always to get better. And some things people just won't like what I have to say. I don't care. I really don't. Some things just need to be heard. Some things I had to learn from experience to go through and share with others. Now, it's always good to study to show that to show ourselves approved when walking with the Most High Yah, because the scriptures are important to us in everything that we do. All right, so it should be a part of our lives, and it changes directions in which we are to go. We can still go through trials and tribulations in whatever we do, but the scriptures is to guide us through it. And in it, we can receive the blessings in the end. Now, I'm hopping on here because my question is, who is raising your kids? Are you raising your kids? Is the television raising your kids? Is entertainment raising your kid? Music, videos, Nickelodeon, anything that's out there outside of you is raising your kids? Because the way all these things I've been seeing out here is just wild in how these children act, even going into adulthood. Now, the scriptures tell us that we are to teach our children in the way that they should go. Now, I can go deep and far into my background and knowing that my family did not know the way to go in according to Torah to teach me the righteous route. That's something that I had to learn. And I'm getting closer to 50 years old, and it took me a while to learn these things. In that, if the parents are lost, the children will be lost. And there are some occasions where the children will not go in the same path that their parents go. But it's important to know that the scriptures tell us to teach our children in the way that in the way that they should go. That way that it will never leave them. And understanding that, it can guide them throughout life and prepare them for the turmoil and the good things that they will experience within life. It puts them in a better trajectory in life as they get older. Now, everything starts with the parents. Now, myself included, without understanding of the Torah, I could not properly teach children in the way that they should go. Because if I'm not applying it or walking it, then I am subject to the curse that was laid out in the scriptures through our ancestors, with us being Ivrit, Hebrews, children of Yasharel, children of Jacob, children of Abraham. Now understand that our history is in that scriptures. And if we do not obey it, we became subject to the curse. And there's plenty verses in there that shows that if we don't know the direction that we should go, then we're going to have a problem with our children. Because we're supposed to know the statutes, we're supposed to know the testimonies, the judgments. These things we're supposed to guard, as well as the covenant. Now, when you go into Deuteronomy 28, it will say a lot of things in there, like If we do not follow the instructions given to us, like in Deuteronomy 28:32, it says that thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto other people. Thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hands. Now, some people can cap that off and say, oh, we're talking about slavery time. And yes, that did happen. But let's talk about modern day. So if you're not guiding your children in the way that they should go, and your focus only is on job providing, spoiling them without the discipline, without the Torah, then you're creating a problem. You are becoming an enabler of the problem of these problem children we have out here. Because your children can be given over to entertainment. Your children can be given over to the music industry, acting, the things that's going on behind the scenes in Disney, Nickelodeon, amongst all these other places. Look at all the stuff that's coming out in the reports now in the behind the scenes in the music industry. Look at how the children are acting towards the adults. No respect in any manner. And you can't pull them away because they have no respect for you. Now, also in Deuteronomy 28:41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Now, I can look at it the same way as looking at captivity, taken to the four corners of the earth, taken into slavery. But what's the modern day slavery today? Think about that. The industries today that your children are striving for. Doesn't matter whether it's in sports. Doesn't matter if they're trying to be actors, trying to be rappers, singers. It doesn't matter. Because a lot of that stuff is poison. You have children that are in the porn industry, amongst other filthy things. In Deuteronomy 28:54, so that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Now, this is something that is spoken because us as parents were being disobedient. And this was written as one of the curses. And look at the things that today. You have all these fathers out here just making children, ain't taking care of them. Now, I commend those who are out there taking care of them, taking care of the children that they made the best way they have. I only ask that you start to instruct the Torah in their life and in your life. Be the living example by walking out the instructions. As they see your life change, they will see their life change. Oh, don't forget for the women as well in Deuteronomy 28:56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband, and of her bosom towards her son and towards her daughter. I don't even know if I need to say much more about that. We see the court system. We see how parents act today towards their children. We see how the welfare system is. We see how all this abomination that's out here. Again, who's raising your children? This is disobedient of the parent that is not going off of the Torah. Think about that for a minute. There's a reason why we must read the Torah. Not just read it, but do it. It's a reason behind that. Because in these industries today, they're teaching your children about lust. covetousness, taking something that don't belong to them, wanting something that they never worked hard for. Who's supposed to protect your children from wedlock? Who's supposed to teach them the understanding and the difference between wedlock and adultery? Because in scripture today, they've changed several times over where wedlock is. They put adultery in it because they didn't know the meaning of wedlock. The importance of wedlock, according to scripture, we're talking about a covenant that's made between a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. See, if we was walking in truth, and me as a father, I find a brother and his son, and I'm giving my daughter unto his son that I know is walking in truth. Now, I'm supposed to show proof of my daughter's virginity, because when they come together and they break blood because of her virginity, that is a covenant that is made between the both of them. Now, if he comes out and speaks against her and say that he found that my daughter was not a virgin, and I'm go towards the judges that are within the children of Yasharel, I'm to show proof of my daughter's virginity. That's how important it is for the Most High Yah. And then if my daughter was found to be not a virgin, that could have been her death during that time. And for him to lie, it could have been his death. Or he will have to pay me a certain amount of money. But this is something that you can look up in Deuteronomy 22:15-20, where it talks about that importance. Whether you can even look it up where the sons of Yasharel destroyed the house of Shechem because he took their daughter and broke wedlock with her, took her virginity, fornication with her, which was against Torah. See, when we go around and listen to these places that says there is no law, we don't have to worry about that. They be lifted, all that stuff is lifted up. What is the grounds to keep your children safe from these perverts out here that sits in these congregations? Think about that for a minute. There's a reason why these guidelines were given to us, so that we can walk a certain way, so that our children can be protected until it's time for them to have their husband. And the husband that we give them to is walking the same walk that you're walking. And if they're not, you would not be giving them to them. You have to think about that for a while. Ponder on that for a little bit. There's so much in there in which the Torah tells us that we are to teach our children. It is so important that throughout scriptures, he said it so many times for us to guard the statutes, the judgments, the testimonies. If you don't believe me, you can go and look in Deuteronomy 4:1. Now therefore hearken, O Yasharel, unto the statutes, unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land of Yahweh Elohai of your father gives you. Deuteronomy 4:6. Give therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding. Teaching your children the statutes, the judgments, and the testimony is their wisdom and understanding. It gives them an up in life. Now it says it gives them a understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Deuteronomy 4:9, only take heed to yourself and guard your soul diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes have seen, lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life, but teach them your sons and your sons' sons. Deuteronomy 5:31. But as for you, stand here by me, and I will speak unto you all the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which you shall teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give you to possess it. Now, I know we're not in our homeland, but it doesn't matter. You're here. You have the opportunity to teach them and prep them now for when it is time to go home. Deuteronomy 6:7. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. That's important for the children to know. That way they can resist the temptations that are out there. 2 Baruch 45:1. Do ye therefore so far as you are able to instruct the people, for the labor is ours, for if you teach them, you shall quicken them. Baruch 4:13, they knew not his statutes, nor walk in the ways of his Torah, nor trod the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Understand. In order to walk in righteousness, you have to walk in the instructions of the Torah. You have to walk the statutes. You have to guard and do the statutes, guard and do the judgment, guard and do the testimonies. You cannot go away from it. If you have people telling you that you don't have to worry about that stuff, you might want to walk away from them, because you're going to miss the kingdom. The Most High, Yahweh, and Yahushua HaMashiach stated, do the will of the Father. The will of the Father is stated to us at the beginning. At the beginning. Walk strong, Yasharel. Don't be ashamed if you don't know this information. Don't be ashamed, because you can make the difference now. You can get into this book now. Start reading, start inserting, start studying. That's why he says study to show yourself approved. You should be further along than the teachers that you have now. You cannot depend only on what they say. How can you vet them if they're not walking the walk? How can you correct them? How can you guide them? Most of them don't want you to guide them. Most of them don't want you to correct them. They just want to collect from you. But guess what? I ain't trying to collect from you. I want you to walk strong in the Most High Yah. I want you to listen to the high priest, Yahushua HaMashiach, and walk strong with him. Strengthen your walk in righteousness with him. Love the Most High. Fear the Most High. Walk in his Torah and watch your life change. Thank you for tuning in with To Be Better. Shalom.